Günaydın. Sorry for my Turkish. I'm gonna swap immediately to English. How are you, Istanbul? I'm gonna start by telling you something that for me has always been fundamental in my career. You cannot be everything to everyone. If you decide to go north, you cannot go south at the same time. We cannot try to be and to mean something to everyone. Sometimes we need to take decisions. Let's start with a little experiment. I'm gonna show you some values. And if you can relate with those values, I would kindly ask you to raise your hand. Okay? Modern. How many people they feel that they are modern? Okay. Good. Next one. Traditional. Raise your hand. Don't be afraid. What about lots of sugar? What about this? Cocaine? No hands? Okay. Statistically, you are lying. But the reality is that if you can relate to those words, you probably also can relate to this brand, which is one of the most famous brands in the world. How do we decide on which functional and emotional benefits we want to base our communication? Well, the answer lies in the human beings. If I understand consumers as human beings, we can understand how can we relate with them. So today I have two key questions that I would like to answer together with you. Why people do what they do. And for this, with the company that I work for, Garrison Group, we also wrote a book that is called Why. The second question is, how do those people evolve? How do they change in behavior? And that's amazing how society has evolved. I've been working in around 30 markets so far. And I can tell you, there are really a lot of changes, a lot of things, a lot of events that affect the way that people shop, that people consume products, right? What do you see here? This is a logo, Harley Davidson. Who knows Harley Davidson? What do they sell? What is Harley Davidson selling? Chopper, okay. Any other? I'll tell you what John Russell, VP of Harley Davidson, said when they asked him this question. What we sell is the ability for a 43-year-old accountant to dress in black leather, ride through small town, and have people be afraid of him. What they sell, it's a lifestyle. What they sell is an emotional experience because people buy for emotional reasons. So understanding people as human beings means understanding people's fears. And that's when we can forget about the competition and engage with our consumers or customers on an emotional level. Garrison Group, we work with over 50 brands in Turkey and globally with another 60. And here you have Danone, Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, Visa, or you have local brands like Cholent, Soyaka, Xigorta, Balpamar, Kefes. When you do this, you are able to increase your sales exponentially. So, human-centric, right? Being human-centric, it's pretty cool. But how do we start? 2 weeks ago, I decided to go to my hometown to visit my parents. My dad came into me and said, Matteo, after all these years, I still can't understand your mom. Human beings are complicated. Now, with big data, we have the opportunity to learn about their lifestyle. If you really want to understand a person, what kind of jeans do they wear? What kind of bags do they buy? How is the relationship with their kids? Do they spoil them or not? And with which products? Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. Nowadays, we can change this into I shop, therefore I am. The belt you wear, the shoes, the watch, gives me a lot of information about who you are. Have you seen this map before? Every one of us, according to our personality, can be located on this map. The segments that are located on the bottom side of the map, those are the segments that are a bit more traditional. The one on the top are more modern. The one that are more on the left side, they are more focused on themselves. The one on the right side, they are more focused on others. This segmentation is for people from 18 years old until 70 years old. So if you are between 18 and 70, you are one of the segments that they will appear. I want to give you just a few examples just for you to understand how those segments really exist and maybe you can relate with that. How many of you have kids? So I'm going to do an example of parents, fulfillers. They are located on the left side. If you ask to a fulfillers, what is your priority in life? The fulfiller will tell you, my priority is my career. Because if I get to the top, then I can provide my family with the best. I asked my dad, hey, daddy, why don't you play with me more often when I was a kid? And he said, I have to work. Because if I work, then I can send you to the best business school. Every summer we can go to a different place for holidays. So loving his career was a way to love me and his family. On the other side, you have the actualizer. Actualizer are perfect workers from 8:30 to 4:30. In the middle, you have balancer. Among all the segments, they are the ones that are on the top. Let's do the example of the balancers. Because they try to juggle between the different areas of life, they always feel guilty. When they are working too much, they feel guilty because they should spend more time with their family. When they are with their family, they are afraid that they cannot respect their deadlines and they should work more. Let me tell you a story. We were in the airport, and balancer, usually they go really, really fast from a gate to another. I was with my colleague, a perfect balancer. I turned around, and he's not there anymore. Usually airports, they target fulfillers with all those big brands like Montblanc. He entered in this little boutique, because outside the little boutique, there was this. Hey, daddy, what have you brought me from your business trip? That's a very good example of a great message to the right people in the right time and in the right place. He felt guilty that he was in the business trip, and he said, let me go inside and buy something for my kid. And this is why we need to understand human beings. So, understand people as human beings first, understand their tension, their fears, their needs, and with that, with those insights, create emotional communication that will be able to engage with them across time. Okay? This is my last advice for you. Thank you very much. It was great being with you. You can reach me on my LinkedIn, Matteo Rinaldi, or visit our website, garrisongroup.eu. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Everybody get up.
Teşekkür ederim.